that things would just be more complicated. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry that it's a little not the ordinary. But thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it. If you haven't already, don't forget, like and subscribe. I'm going to go over things going on in Maui because y'all know I just can't idly sit by and watch things happen. If I'm so like worked up and upset about it, I can only imagine how the people of Maui are feeling and what they're going through. So yeah, we're gonna talk about Hawaii. I hope you're all well. Thank you so much for joining me, and yeah, just thanks you for giving me a chance and some of your time, because I know your time is precious and it means a lot. Okay, so obviously in Maui in Hawaii, they're having a lot of problems. There was a fire recently, and it's been no good. They didn't see any Red Cross. They said that this part is really important. Thank you guys so much for being here. They said any squabbles between neighbors was squashed, okay? And this is kind of part of what I want to talk about is the unexpected results of Maui and this tragedy and what comes of that, because they think that they're breaking people down. They think that they're going to do a land grab. They think whatever they want to think. But none of this is true. Why? Because the aloha, right? Because of the spirit of the Hawaiian people that is just too genuine and true, right? And I believe that any of us should be speaking on this. All of us should be speaking on this because they still can't get the word out themselves. Like some of them are using Starlinks, you know what I mean? Just to be able to get this information out there, just to be able to like discuss it all. I just realized that the so this setup is due to there's a photo shoot going on. Not that it matters that you can see me in the mirror, but whatever. Let's go on. Okay. Yeah, there was unexpected consequences from this, and I want to point that out because I feel like that's truly important because again, any squabbles between neighbors was squashed. And the spirit of aloha has caused locals to come together and help one another. And we love to see that. There has been genuinely people being scammed from the Red Cross. I want you guys to be aware of that as well. So if you're locals in the area, if you somehow are able to like see these videos and such, if you do get that little bit of Starlink, you know, I just, my heart breaks. It hurts for them. And again, if I'm upset or like heart hurting about it, I can only imagine what the locals feel like, right? I can only imagine. To lose everything and then to have people come in and try and scam you of the very little that you have left is absolutely mind-boggling. It absolutely just throws me. It really does. So yeah, people have been scammed via the Red Cross. They were meant to fill out this paperwork, and then all of a sudden, what? They either get nothing or the little bit of money that they have left was taken. I even heard a story about an islander, like a local who was there, born and raised, trying to take out money, and they were questioned as to why they needed their money. And the worst part is a lot of people, and myself included, are still very weary of putting our money in one place, right? You feel very weird about that. That might not feel safe, right? So a lot of these people had their money in their homes, like life savings worth. Okay, the unexpected consequences. Let's go over that. And again, thank you so much for joining me. Thanks so much for giving me a chance. And don't forget to hit the like. It really means a lot. We are the ones that have to speak out because nobody else can. Nobody else will. The media is not going to show you these things. They're just not. And you guys know when I deep dive into something, I'm going to deep dive into it. This reminds me a lot of Paradise in California when those things broke out, and just how absurd it all was, how nobody was warned of the weather. And that's another thing we're going to get into is all the oddities of this that took place. The sirens didn't go off. The one who was in charge of the sirens was like, I don't regret it. Sir, what? You don't what? You don't what? Oh my gosh. He said he does not regret it. The sirens are there for a reason. They have one of the best systems set up. And of course nobody's going to react if they don't hear the sirens. Just as I wouldn't. I grew up in a town where a siren would go off every day, like Silent Hill, y'all. Every day. At noon and at midnight. And I would know this is what time it is due to those sirens or whatever. And you listen for those sirens when bad inclement weather is coming, when, you know, something's about to happen. That way you know. It just blows my mind. It blows my mind. The amount of failures in this circumstance is just beyond measure. It is like you cannot comprehend. First of all, it was the sirens, and then now they can't use their own water. What is this? That's another thing that was like really huge with this. How on an island do they not even have control over their own water? And locals were trying to put out the fire, and their hoses were shut off. It only gets crazier from here. So do please hit the like. It's the only way we can get it out. It's the only thing I'll ever beg you for. And these people need our help. No one is coming to help, okay? That's another really harsh lesson that the Hawaiian people have learned. It's not right. No one's coming to save you. It's just a harsh reality. We cannot depend on our government or those in power to protect us. We cannot. That is facts, okay? You just can't. You just can't. Did you know also cops are legally allowed to lie to you? Everyone else can lie except for you, by the way. Don't forget that. Don't forget that, okay? All right. So they failed with the sirens. They failed with the water. They failed with so much that it is absolutely bonkers for them to make this some type of climate issue. Oh my Lord. They really said that. They really said that, y'all. They really said that. Oh my gosh. These people were not even warned of the high winds. People were taking refuge in the water for hours. People had to jump from Front Street out of their cars. For those who could get out of their cars, by the way, we'll get to that. Why were the doors not open? Like, that's another really curious thing. Think about this. First of all, there was barricades set up. There was. By police, there was barricades set up. So you could only get routed out of town one way. But what happened was people were getting routed back to Front Street, which was danger zone. Okay? And here's another really crazy thing, is that when you have these type of fires, there's like these things called rolling fires, and this is the scariest thing you guys have ever, I can ever fathom in my life. Okay? Imagine this. Imagine you're walking down the street, and then a fireball just comes shooting by, right? And you're like, what the dear Lord, this was this people's reality. Okay, that's what that was for them. There was literally fireballs coming rolling down the street. Why? Because there was brush, there was dirt. It is very dry right now. It's been in a drought, even though it's supposed to be wetlands. Y'all, what? Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense. I mean, most of us know by now, for those of us looking into this situation, there was so many pineapple fields in these big open fields, right? By certain companies that came in and bought it all up. And they let it sit dry, knowing the impact that could have. And it's interesting because it's like, what is more expensive? What is less expensive, right? To let it get burnt to the ground and then scoop it out, or to have to deal with trying to pay off all these locals, the people who were born and raised, people who have been there from, their families have been there for so long. Oh, I cannot fathom, y'all. I cannot fathom. That's why when you see, it doesn't matter if it's Hawaii. I'm on the opposite side of the continent. Like, I am on the opposite side. I am East Coast, y'all. And I'm still here talking about it because it matters that much. Because somebody has to say something. Because they're not able to get the reality of the situation out there to the public. That's madness. We're going to talk about a man named Fish who showed up on the channel Hawaii Real Estate, who is doing amazing work at showing boots on the ground what's been happening. If you saw yesterday's video or the day before, my golly, sit tight, prepare your tummies. It's about to get wild. This man, you guys, there was a group of elderly people being routed down the street, forced to run from fire. Elderly, disabled people. And they just told them to go. They just said go. Oh, thank the Lord for the angels that were there that day that helped those people get out. They might not have. The amount of people that have lost their pets alone, that's so tragic, y'all. Pets are family. That's family. That's like losing a loved one. That is losing a loved one. I know y'all know. Some of y'all are dog families. You know. That dog is life. Dog is a healing thing. It's so good for you. Animals are so good for you. Pets are so good for you. They're so good for mental health, well-being. I can't live without my kitty. I can't imagine. I just can't. All right, let's go into Fish. Fish was an elderly man who showed up on Hawaii Real Estate, and he spoke about first-hand accounts He was there that day, that morning, so on and so forth, okay? They stated that a fire had started earlier in the day, right? Early in the morning, 7:30ish, maybe even 6, early in the morning. But they were told by officials, it's okay. It's solid. Don't worry about it. Right? See? Oh, thank you for joining me. You guys are amazing. Thank you so, so much. So Fish spoke out and he's saying, listen, it's no bueno. And yeah, Starlink is being used. So way to go, Elon. You know, send some more if you could. Like, send more to the Hawaii people. They need it. Can we also focus on Hawaii for a minute? Like, one of our very own, instead of dumping all this money into Ukraine. It was an absolute slap in the face to go there and offer those people $700. $700, y'all. They lost everything. $700 is nothing. That is absolutely nothing. What? Okay, so Fish goes on to say that the fire started early, then was said to be out. Then the fire starts again, said to be out. They were not warned, okay? And another thing, as I stated prior, people were caught in their cars, found in their cars, and had no chance to get out of those cars. How does that happen? Because surely if there was a fire rolling down the road, you would have enough time to get out of your car, right? You would think. You would think. And why would the officials block off certain areas, which they do have proof of, we have visual proof of? We can say, yes, that happened. But it gets worse. It gets worse. Like, how could it, right? All right, so they're using Starlink, as I stated. So one thing that people are very upset about is the policeman dude, right? Police dude man. Yeah, they definitely blocked them in. Is also the morgue dude, right? Police dude is coroner dude. Police dude equals coroner dude, okay? Foul ball. That's not supposed to be. This is essentially a conflict of interest. It blows my mind. This shouldn't be allowed, okay? Because why is that? Because that person controls what goes on those certificates. That's alarming. That's alarming, okay? And I do believe Fish is one of those people that needs to be supported and protected at all costs. He's clearly a kind, caring human who did his best to help others. And to hear his story is so messed up, y'all. He was on foot, okay? And he had to walk away from all those cars on Front Street. The cops kept pushing them out. Anyone on foot, pushing them out, right? He said nobody was walking behind them. And people kept saying, get in the car, we'll give you a ride, we'll get you out of here. Because that's the Hawaiian people, right? They're so kind and so nice. But Fish was smart, and he said, nah, y'all, nah, I'm gonna walk, thank you. And what happens? He said next thing he knows, he heard explosions. Boom, 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 boom. How does that happen, right? And screaming of terror. Fish said he couldn't even look behind him because all there was black, billowing smoke. Now, I'm not a firefighter, not a fire expert, but what I do know is that dark, thick, black smoke wouldn't come from brush fires. We're told this is due to the weather, or this is due to this or that, right? That type of smoke does not come from that. What does that sound like to you? It sounds like a smoke screen to me. It sounds like somebody trying to hide something, right? Just curious. And we're allowed to ask questions. I don't know if you know this, but yeah, we're allowed to ask questions. We're allowed to ask, why was there not a proper response? Hi, everybody. Hi, Kale. Hi, Rach. Aw, so good to see you guys. Aw, I'm glad you guys are doing good. Honestly, when I hear these situations, I just think of my loved ones and those I care for, and I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine this happening where you guys live, or, any of us. I couldn't fathom. Actually, I can't imagine, because it's likely going to happen to all of us soon. Not funny, right? It sucks. It's not funny. It's terrifying. We're all going to get it soon. That's why I say nobody's coming to save you. No one's coming to protect you. We have to take care of one another, and that's what that is, okay? There was an emergency specialist who spoke on this topic, and they said that this should have been recorded. Here's the curious part, right? Cars should have never been moved. Bodies should have never been moved. Anything in this ground zero should have never been moved. But it was. Hey, hold up. Something ain't right. Why would that happen? Why would they be moving things when it's an active scene that they know they have to record? They should be recording it. But for some reason, y'all listen to this. Some reason news is being hand selected. Certain news media outlets are being hand selected to be shown around by government officials. What does that sound like to you? Sounds like a whole lot of, oh, hell no. That's a problem. That's a problem. When you can't roam freely, that's a problem. When the police want to tell you where to look and where not to look, that's a problem. Oh, that is a foul ball. Foul ball. Okay? None of this should have been moved first. And it was removed. Okay? People were trying to get drone footage. Not going to happen. Blocking off roads. And I see people pushing back against this. I saw also the police saying that they pushed against this. No. No, you cannot rewrite history. We will not allow it. You cannot rewrite history. Okay, we won't allow it. One more time. We cannot allow them to rewrite history. They did block off roads. They did exactly that. The police chief can say, I did the best by my people, but you failed your people. You failed them. If you did the best by your people, your electric company would have done the right thing a decade ago when they knew they were having problems with their freaking lines. Like, just a thought. But no, you did not do the best by your people. You failed your people. And now half of them are gone. So many still missing. It just boggles my mind. Please, y'all, do understand that you have to protect one another. All you have is each other. And that's that. Like, you have to understand, when you go out in that big bad world, nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about me. Except for your loved ones at home and your family. Ain't nobody else caring about you. They're busy worrying about their dang selves and their own lives. And that's just a sad fact of our reality right now. And that's not how we're meant to live. It is not how we're meant to live. And that's why it hurts that it's Hawaii and Maui and Lahaina. These are good people. These are hardworking people. They can explain it as they want from back and forwards about why the wealthiest didn't get impacted and why only the middle class did. It should have never happened. This should have never happened. They should have evacuated sooner. Another thing I heard was somebody was essentially running through the streets, riding through cars, whatever it may be, screaming out to evacuate. Like, so unprofessional. Oh, I care about you too. That's so sweet. So miles high of dark smoke, guys. What does that sound like to you? But they couldn't smell it at first. And next thing you knew, it was right over them. People say from 6 a.m. the electricity was shut off. So that sounds like from the first fire, they turned the electricity off. But then what happened? They turned it back on. And that was part of the problem. So we're told. So we're told. We want them to turn the electricity off when there's a problem like that. They should do that, right? That's a good thing. So many people were blocked from leaving. It's absolutely tragic. For those of you who are local who might be seeing these videos, please go to archive.org. Upload your pictures. Make sure that it's off the cloud. Make sure that these things don't disappear. Don't let it happen again. Y'all, they sent out messages via their phones when the internet was down. What? Bro, wait, what? They said, our bad, we told you. How would they get that message? How would they get that message? Every opportunity that they had to help these people, they failed. Every opportunity that they could give these people a chance, they failed. And that's the facts. That's the reality. And we will not deny reality. We cannot do that. It's not good. We have to ensure that this information does not just disappear. Because people like Fish have reported about this serious dark smoke. This is not common with brush fires. Another fire broke out around 9 or 10 a.m. Again, they were told it was safe. That's not true, obviously. Okay, this is another family that's been on Hawaii real estate. This is Jeremy, his wife, and their children. Lovely family. Seems so amazing. I just can't imagine. So Jeremy's father worked for an electric company. He worked on the lines for a very long time. He says that this is odd. And they're a family of 4 who lost it all, okay? They said They say that it must have been, if anything, overhanging wires. People were even told that the fire was contained. They said it was safe, and so many perished right next to the water, y'all. Perished right next to the water. And so many, in fact, either drove their cars into the water or they themselves got, like the ones that could, got out of the cars and into the water. Some people were in that water for about 5 to 6 hours, like a frickin' people soup. Like, let that sink in for a minute. Like a frickin' people soup. Okay? And some of those people didn't come back out. And when they say it's just a couple, that's so far from the truth. Locals are saying it's hundreds, guys. It's hundreds. It's thousands. Okay? At one point, there was an elementary school that had over 3,000 kids listed for the next school year. There's 12,000 kids reported able to go to that school. Where are these babies? Oh, here's the thing. There's another thing, right? Oh, good golly. It's not funny. It's not funny. I just laugh because I'm so uncomfortable. Like, I don't know what else, how to process it. So, this happened after the parents went to work, okay? The kids did go to school that day. They did. Some were returning to school. But here's the craziest part. The parents went to work. Then the kids were sent home to empty homes because their parents were at work, okay? And then when the parents went back to get the kids, when they could leave work, or when some did leave work, the roads were blocked off to their towns. The cops said, you can't go in there. The fire has come through already. Whatever is there was gone. Huh? You're telling me you sent all them babies home by themselves? Let them sit in these homes? And went, whoops, you can't go get them? Whoops. That's just inconvenient, y'all. Utterly madness. Utterly madness. So when you hear that there's a bunch missing still, there is. That's facts. That's straight facts. From locals, from people who are washing ashore. You know, they're seeing countless people washing ashore. Not one, not two, hundreds, okay? People will try and make it seem lighter than it is. It's not. It's really curious because there was actually multiple fires that day, and you would think that it would be an isolated incident, but they were far enough apart to where it wouldn't be. It didn't make sense. We have to force mainstream media's hand to acknowledge the truth of the matter, because if they don't, then we know, as we have known, we are blatantly being deceived. They are building a narrative. They're running with their own narratives. And Oprah, for God's sakes, a time and place. Oh my gosh, Oprah. Oh my gosh. Oprah went there, y'all. She went there to hand out waters. Oprah, piss off, mate. How about that? How about don't visit Maui? And for all y'all butthurt about not getting a Maui wedding, you don't deserve a wedding there anyways. Like, holy cow. That's madness. That's straight madness. That's a bridezilla. Oh, I'm so upset I can't have my wedding at Maui. People lost their lives, yo. What? Bonkers. All right. Yeah, we're ping-ponging back to Fish right quick. He said that he told people, please go, leave. Something's wrong. But many did not. Fish warned people to leave Front Street. And his cries were not heeded. Why? Well, maybe because he looks like someone that might stay outside more often than others. You know, maybe he looks like someone not as well-to-do. But Fish is actually a very smart man. He said, as I stated, as he walked over the hill, he could hear people screaming and explosions going off behind him. People asked if he wanted to ride. He kept saying no, because he didn't want to leave by car because he knew there was blockades. If you guys want to donate to amazing people like Fish or Jeremy and his family, Hawaii Real Estate has it all linked in his descriptions to where you can go to. Please do it this way. Fund them directly, okay? You can straight up Venmo them. You can straight up PayPal them. You can help the people directly and cut out the middleman, which is what we need. The middleman has been screwing us all, okay? The middleman don't give a rat's boot, okay? So we have to help these people directly. If you hear somebody on Hawaii real estate and you hear their story and you feel, guided, or if you are able to help, as a lot of people have said, skip that Starbucks for a day. Go, like, you think $5 is not a lot? It's a lot. It's more than our government is willing to do. These people need that now more than ever. You best believe I'll be donating. I've already donated to Fish, and I know I want to pick out at least 2 more families to help. Hi, thank you so much for being here, you guys. You're so amazing. Don't forget, hit the like. Please share. It's the only way we can get this information out there. It's the only way we can bring our friends home, and it's the only thing I'll ever beg you for. And if I were to get any donations today or within, like, say this next week, I will send it all to Maui. I'm not playing that game. They think that they can leave these people to just fend for themselves. We will not allow that. We will not allow that. Okay? So from today forward until Friday, any donations, I'm going to send it directly to Fish or directly to one of these families because they need it more. I want to sell all my stuff. Like, I want to sell more paintings. I've been making a painting for Hawaii. So we'll see. I just want to help. I just always want to help. There should be more done. So most locals seem to feel like there was not enough done. There was not enough time given. Why did police continue to reroute traffic north? And it just didn't make sense. Because, again, people had to literally drive into the ocean just to survive. I couldn't have fathomed. Like, I would be so terrified if I saw a fireball, like, coming down the street. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you just be so scared? I would be. Okay, as I stated, it was around 9:30 at night. Okay, so this is another time when people came speeding through the area, telling people evacuate. Again, this is not normal protocol. This is a foul ball. Whatever happened to the sirens? What was wrong with the sirens? Were they not working? Why did the person not go through with hitting them? Why did he feel as though that he had that power to say, it's not that serious, right? I just don't get it. So Jeremy and his family had no idea that they would leave and lose their home for good. They thought that they would have just had to leave for a bit and then return. They lost their cat, y'all. They haven't seen him since. I get really worked up about these dang pets, y'all. I can't. And the fact that people kept hearing these explosions through the night, those were cars. Okay? Pets and families lost. This is so traumatic to children. Imagine a child having to wait in that water. That's what happened. That's so tragic. It's so traumatic. These people need help. These people need our help more than anything, more than anyone right now. And if they send another freaking single cent to Ukraine, I'm about to lose my ish. Like, we as the people have to say, what are you doing? Do they really need our help? Haven't we done enough? Have we not done enough for Ukraine? Listen, my heart goes out to all people on this earth in the big wild world. But Hawaii's right. We got to take care of our home first. We got to have our home in order before we can help others. We have to be able to help ourselves before we can help others. But here we are just pissing all our money away. You have it. You have it. You have it. Not our people, though. Don't you dare spend it on our own country. Oh, my goodness. And the fact that Biden tried to compare it to a house fire that he almost experienced but never did. It's all terrible. All of it. Terrible. These things are gone. All their stuff, all their material possessions, destroyed. All they have left is each other. And luckily they have that. And some of them don't have that. Some of them lost their families. No one would have ever imagined that Front Street, right by the water, would catch fire like this. They said that the fire took a really strange path. They were told it was going in an up direction and it just kept shooting upward. Isn't that weird? How would that happen? Curious. They would not have thought that the fire would go north. The shrubs, everything destroyed, of course. Here's another idea, okay? And I'll let you guys get up about your day soon, all right? But this is important. It's significant. These people matter. And I will not stop talking about the people that matter in Astro World, in Maui, and so on. Because all we have is one another. And if I can use my platform for something that is good, let it be this. Let it to be help. You know, I don't care. I don't care if, people think it's the wrong way to go about your social media. I'm going to do what I can, and that's what everyone should be doing. People are saying, there's all these kids missing. There's all these people missing, right? And they said, well, where are the people looking for the kids? Where are the people looking for their families, right? Where are these people? Where are the missing posters? That's a good point. That's a good point. Where are those people? And a question that has come up is, if that is so, then is it not that their entire family's gone? It's not just the minis. Entire households of people are just gone. And the fact that these children were released during a school day, sent home, only aided in the confusion and the loss of life. Every minute, every second mattered. And these people were failed every step of the way. That's why we have to use our voices. That's why we have to do what we can to get the truest information, the most recent information, and honest events from locals especially, right? And you guys know me. I'm not someone that's going to try and push you in some way. You have your own minds, okay? We do not do the group think here. You make up your minds. You look into things. And you tell me if I missed anything, or correct me if I might have gotten something wrong. I'm so appreciative when you do that. I love that. Okay, I would rather be correct and foolish for a moment than to deny that I was ever wrong in the first place. That's silly, right? I'm a big enough person to say, I'm wrong sometimes, and I want the right information out there. These trucks, y'all, come on. You know I'm shaming. You know what time it is. Come on. Okay, needless to say, things in Maui are still no bueno. Oprah, go away. Like, send your money, but go away, right? If these celebs, if these deep pocketers, if they want to do something, send your money and piss off, okay? That's what you need to do. Send your money and go. Nobody needs to see Oprah Winfrey handing out waters. Oh, it's such a photo op, y'all. It's disgusting. These celebrities, these idols, they're sick. They're sick people. They go there for these photo ops. I apologize, sorry. I quit smoking, so I'm still dealing with the consequences of my actions. Alright, guys. Yeah, I just wanted to update you on the most recent information going on with Maui, in Maui, from locals, and from all sources. Like, I'm looking at everything, okay? I've been watching mainstream media. They're not reporting the full story. They need to. We need to be the ones to hold mainstream media accountable because no one else will. We need to be the ones to help one another because no one else will. Do remember that. I know it sounds harsh, but no one's coming to save you. Not even, it's just not going to happen. No one's coming to save us. So you have to be there for one another, okay? Stay awake, stay aware, stay well. Do tell your loved ones you love them. You don't need an excuse. And who knows? There could be fireballs rolling down our streets tomorrow. Literally. Okay? Do not put it past the current circumstance that your state could be the next one set aflame. Whoops. Good luck. Like, our government sucks, by the way. I don't know if you noticed, but we need a revamp. Something needs done. It's just wrong. People will say, it's the Republicans, it's the Democrats. Shut up. Grow up. Stop it. We don't care. We don't care what side it is, who it is, bibbity bobbity boo. Don't care. Grow up. Sort the situation. Stop acting like children. I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. When people sit there and point the finger, it's this guy, da-da-da. It is all of them. It is the whole corrupt system. Okay? I get that we need some type of stability, but we can do better. We can all do better, okay? Take care of yourselves, okay? Do subscribe if you haven't already. Again, thank you so much for giving me a chance, for giving me your time. I know it's precious because you are precious to me. You matter, okay? And if something did happen in your state, I would be doing the same thing. I'd be painting paintings. I'd be doing everything I could to help you as well, okay? I adore you guys. You mean a lot to me. And don't be afraid to use your voice, okay? Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and speak on these things. Because if you don't, who else will? Okay? It's just what it is. It sucks. I wish everybody was nicer. Okay. Bye, guys.